It's called might actually be a funeral. Researchers at the University of Washington are investigating whether clothes mourn their members who have died, and sophisticated landscapes could help unlock the mystery.
Hodz.
What's up? Shouts out, Bob.
Check it out.
I think it got something to do with like vape coils or some shit like that. I think, but I'm not entirely sure. But fuck it.
So this is newfie as fuck. Ahead of us we have a truck with the Wu-Tang symbol as a big old sticker on the back. So, you know.
That's about the most newfie shit you'll see here. You only see that shit in Rabbit Town. Swear to God. Oh, fuck's sakes, I knocked the cherry out of my fucking smoke.
Band it together.
Yes, because everyone is so quick to just, like, turn the other shoulder, like, oh, this person's doing better than me, fuck them, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of people I've seen do that type of shit with Cult Syndicate. Are you filming this right now?
Yes.
Alright, keep rolling. The amount of people who I've seen, like, basically, like, turning the other shoulder on Cult Syndicate, being like, oh, they're doing better than me, like, I'm not gonna show them any fucking, you know, support because they don't need it, or getting on with shit like that. I cannot stand that type of shit.
Yeah.
If we're all gonna make it out of here, the first thing we need to do is fucking unify, so our scene actually has, like, you know, people supporting each other. That's what gets people noticed. People, like, take like the DMV area for example. You know what I mean? Like, everyone in the DMV area is really close and connected, and there's a lot of different acts in the DMV area. But people, like, know of the DMV area for their specific sound. There's a couple people who've made it out of there, but they're, like, looked upon as, like, you know, good for you. Like, you're helping put the rest of us on the map. That's the way it should be in Newfoundland, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In Newfoundland for, like, a week, you go to Gross Moor for a day, and then you come in and see the sights in St. John's, and then you got 5 more days, and you're kind of just like, well, what else can I do? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I want to see the island expand. I want to see the island grow. I want to see the island bring in, like, bigger populations.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your seatbelt on. I'm not wearing mine.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
It's all good.
Fuck a seatbelt. If that's meant to happen, you know, it'll happen.
If I'm meant to die right now, then I'll die right now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If I'm not meant to die, then we'll make it into Mount Pearl safely.
Yeah.
People do need to work on their investments a bit more. Like, I'm fucking guilty for that.
But you're investing in yourself still, your time.
Yeah, but I need to invest actual money into this. I need to be paying for features. I'm working now with producers, like, locally, to get my shit on Apple Music, but that's really the first big, like, business aspect I've really done with my music. Up until now, all my shit's just been on, like, SoundCloud. You know what I mean?
What's the name of the song?
This is Ride With My Set. This was the song that I closed with for the Wookiee Gang show when I opened with the homie Roxas and my cousin Ryan. He goes by Trip XL, and very frequent collaborator. We use his house a lot for studios and shit. And yeah, this was the song that we kind of, like, ended off with. I didn't ever release at this point, and I knew everyone would be jumping around, and sure enough, everyone's jumping around. There wasn't even videos of it because everyone was just, like, really into the song.
Can you turn it up?
Laying myself in the trunk, that's where I belong. You know that I write about it in my songs. Going so long, yo, this career going so long. This is forever, this is forever. Off of the top of my mental, I will get steamed like a kettle. Young J, bitch, ride with my set, ay, ride with my set, ay, die with my check, ay, die with my check, ay, ride with my set, ay, ride with my set, ay, die with my check, ay, die with my check, ay.
And there, like, as soon as I heard that beat, I was just like, oh, fuck it, let's use this. And then I just, like, freestyled something, put some effects over the hook, and I went down. This song here is actually a collaboration I did with Bales. He's one of the few people on the island who I've, like, really wanted to work with, and he was super cool. I just messaged him and was like, hey, like, do you want to do a song or whatever? And he was like, yeah, like, sounds cool, because me and him have, like, you know, previously talked a little bit over DMs and shit about, like, our music and his music and just, like, the state of the island right now, like, kind of what we're doing right now. Yeah, he was super cool about it, got back to it real quick, sent me over a little hook, and yeah, the rest is history, I guess.
Will you turn this up too?
Oh yeah.
Road and shit, probably cause I'm smoking on the potent bitch. You ain't know the bitch, baby, like the ocean. Lay down the ice, you such a mess, so lonely and stressed. Yeah, I'm feeling depressed, and this anxiety, it's not letting me rest. Yeah, you took it all away.
As you can hear just from those, 2 songs, I try and tackle a lot of different styles when I'm doing music, you know what I mean? Even just in the, one project that I have left on my SoundCloud now, I tried to tackle a bunch of different ideas, a bunch of different styles,
Try to be diverse.
Yeah. I mean...
And I can hear that. It's it shows versatility to be able to completely, go out of your comfort zones in 2 completely opposite directions.
Oh, if you want to hear out of my comfort zone, I'll put on this fucking next song on the tape. Little backstory to this, I got out my car and just freestyled this into a pair of headphones. The day that I found out my homie Sid was getting into some legal trouble. Shout out to homie Sid. He's really helped me set a higher standard for myself when I'm making music, you know what I mean? To not just put out shit and to work on my image and shit. He's been the biggest help to me out of really any one of my friends locally, you know what I mean? And yeah, I kind of just had a lot of aggression and I had to get it out in this song.
Try to turn it up,
More about how to deal with your anxiety and depression and shit like that, because it's something I struggle with a lot, but making music like this really helps me get out the emotion that you can't portray to other people, you know what I mean? Songs that I've just went completely off the top and made lately. This whole tape is done off the top. As Roxas says, a young thug everything.
But that is the most impressive way to do it.
Exactly.
It's in that fucking moment, and that's when the real shit comes out and how you really feel comes out.
It really prefer to just go in the booth and just do whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Just go off of what I'm feeling in that moment, because one, it helps you get your emotion out right then and there, and 2, you don't overthink things. You just kind of go with your instincts and you end up coming up with catch your shit. A smart person can take a simple idea and make it sound complex, but a genius can take a complex idea and make it sound simple.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
said this to 4 people this week.
I mean,
I'll kill myself, I'll kill myself, I'll kill I don't wanna be a fucking burden to no one else, nobody.
you know what I mean? How much simpler
that's
can
raw.
it fucking get?
Yeah, that's raw. And it's true. A lot of people here feel that way. That they are a burden to the people that they know, and that they do want to fucking kill themselves.
You know what I mean? At the last 5 or 6 months of 2018, I did, battle depression. I did battle suicide. I even battled fucking drug abuse because of the circumstances and the people who I was hanging out with. But getting it out in your music and just surrounding yourself with better people and trying to be a better influence on those who are around you really does, bring up your fucking mood and helps you, start to face those demons.
Cope.
Yeah, it starts to help you cope. There's another song very similar to the one that I, not very similar, but it's got similar ideas behind it. This is a song me and Sid recorded, actually. One of our many collaborations and many more to come.
These are the videos we want to
reflect this island because as I'm taking this, it's like so barren and cold looking, and all the trees are like fucking dead. And
Yeah, like look at the view right fucking here on the side of Brookfield Road. Everything just looks like dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cold.
You couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
Funny story about this song too. I'm not used to like I do a couple like aggressive songs. So I'm not used to screaming quite like this. And me and Sid recorded this very early, like very close to the date of the Wookiee Fest. And my voice was gone for 4 days, and it only came back like the day of Wookiee Fest when I was supposed to perform. I was like, oh, thank fuck.